Yeah. Yes, it's always good to see you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you having a beautiful day up there in Maine, as same as us?
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's gorgeous. Yesterday was amazing and it was warmer than usual, you know?
Yeah. Are you getting frost in the night? Yeah.
Thursday was frost and yes, I cleaned up some of the things in my garden, like my dahlias. I had really tall. I cut them back and I dug up the tubers because the frost kind of affected them, and
Yeah.
it was just time. And then
Welcome back, everyone.
Please, thank you.
thank you.
Let's see. So just checking with everybody. We have lots of people in the side room now. Checking with everybody to make sure to find out if anyone is new to the side room. If you are, please unmute and let me know. We're going to start out the morning, well, it's morning for me anyway, with the foot soaking. So if anybody is unfamiliar with foot soaking, please let me know and we can explain. I probably explain anyway, just as a reminder that we use the foot soak for cleansing on the subtle system, on the subtle level. The water and the combination of the water and the salt creates like an ocean-like environment that we can use that's very effective for cleansing our subtle system and relaxing us and helping us to go into a state of meditation. So if you can get that ready now, that would be very nice. If you have all the equipment, if you don't have the equipment for any reason, you can just follow along the meditation without the foot soaking. That's fine. If anyone has any questions at this point, you can let me know and I can address them. Any questions about the programs or any questions about your meditation? Any questions about what your experiences that you've been having in your meditation or any observations? Please let us know. It would be lovely to hear from you. My name is Christine, and I'm from the Boston area in Massachusetts. We had the pleasure of hosting Shivantaji back in the 1980s. So it's been a while for me since I started practicing Sahaja Yoga in 1981. And those early years were very, very precious time because there were smaller numbers and we were able to spend some personal time with Shrimataji. I haven't spent as I didn't spend as much personal time as some people have, but I did get an opportunity to speak with Shrimataji and spend some time directly with her when she visited Boston in 1981 and then again in 1983. So that was a very special experience. Later on, I was able to go and visit some of other countries, well, not other countries, but other cities in United States where she was often visiting. She often came to New York City, so and she would come and hold seminars, weekend seminars that included a focus on a particular aspect of the divine and a particular aspect of our subtle system. And those were also very special experiences. So she was very, very generous with her time and very generous with her attention, teaching everybody, teaching people, giving public programs, and then having an opportunity. We all had an opportunity to spend some time with her in the seminar format, where she spoke to a smaller number of people than the public programs. But she's traveled all over the place, traveled extensively. And in the United States, she traveled from one coast to another coast and making sure that everybody had an opportunity to meet with her and an opportunity, many, many seekers had an opportunity to experience self-realization in her public meetings, the public programs that she would give. Everything all free of charge, of course. Nothing ever, no money ever changed hands for anything whatsoever. So that was the birth of Sahaja Yoga in the United States, and similar experiences in other countries as well. Now, our topic for today is the 6 enemies of the spirit, things that are obstacles to us getting into a state of meditation and our state of being one with our spirit and our ability to evolve. So we have some information here about this topic. We'll be going into more depth as we proceed with the program this morning. I keep on saying this morning. I know it's not morning for everybody, but it's morning for me here in Boston, Massachusetts. So to summarize the 6 enemies of the spirit, if it's not too early to get into that, there are 6 primary enemies identified as enemies of the spirit or enemies of the soul that have been identified in ancient texts and many different scriptures, and they all point to similar obstacles. Just quickly, the first one is desire or lust. The second one is anger. The third enemy of the spirit is the greed or materialism. The fourth enemy of the spirit is jealousy. And fifth enemy of the spirit is attachment or illusion. And the final enemy of the spirit is the false pride or vanity. You could also translate that as being its excessive egotisticalness, ego orientation. So, as I said, we'll be getting into more details about these in the program once we start the program at 10 o'clock. And we'll also be talking about remedies for all of these obstacles to our well-being and to our spiritual ascent. So once again, anybody have any questions, please let us know. If you have any questions about the program today, let us know.
Can you just write those in the chat if possible? Just so we can remember. Thank you.
Sure. Let me do that quickly. Okay, those should all be in the chat now. And you're very welcome. It's a good idea for me to go over them as well. This has been actually a really nice review for me to go through. Of course, I did know some of them, but I was having trouble remembering all 6 and what order they come in. And I think that the order is probably not so important. But and I think we probably know intuitively what these are also. I think that we probably recognize these obstacles pretty readily, and not only, in ourselves or in, okay, that's a good question. Someone had that, do they correspond with the chakras? And they do to a certain extent. They affect certain chakras particularly. So, for example, the desire or the lust particularly affects the Muladhara chakra, and the whole left side, the heart. I'm actually reading from some text right now so that I get all of the coordination, and it also affects the back agya, the back of the agya chakra. Muladhara chakra, of course, is the first chakra, the very first chakra. Another chat here, hopefully. Yeah, okay, so the second, the anger, which is by some accounts considered to be the worst because it gives rise to other problems. So the anger, it affects the Swadhisthana and the whole right side. So we have the desire and lust affects the whole left side. The anger affects the whole right side, and also the liver, which is the right Swadhisthana and the right Nabi, and the ego, the front part of the agya. The greed and the covetousness and the materialism affects the Nabi chakra particularly, and the void, which is around the Nabi chakra. And also affects the Vishuddhi. The attachment affects the heart chakra, and the Sahasrara chakra. Sorry, I had to give a little signal to my husband there for a minute. So that is the attachment and the illusion. And then the envy and jealousy affects Vishuddhi, which is our relationships, to a great extent is our relationships, of course, that makes sense. and the Nabi chakra as well, because often our jealousy or our envy pertains to materialistic desires. And then the false pride or the vanity affects the agya and the ego. So the false pride and vanity is positioned on the left-hand side of the head. The ego is positioned on the left-hand side of the head, and the front agya in particular. So those are the chakra correspondences for the particular, if these can be seen as obstacles, the particular chakras or the particular aspects of our subtle system that get affected by these different enemies, we can call them, or obstacles to the spirit. So I think we can go ahead and start with our foot soak now, and our basic cleansing. And after we listen to the talk of Shrimataji, we'll go into what the remedy is for these various enemies of the spirit. So we can stay tuned for that. So we have our foot soak bowls here, and I have mine here as well. And before we do the foot soak, we'll do the raising our kundalini, the gesture for raising our kundalini. If you all remember. We raise up our kundalini 3 times in a row, using the spiraling motion with our right hand wrapping around our left hand. And at the end, the 3rd time, we tie 3 knots above our head. And then we do the bandhan, which is the protection we put around ourselves, like putting an arc around ourselves, or a rainbow if you like, 7 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now that we have the vibrations flowing in our hands, we have the vibrations active, we've activated the kundalini, we can take our right hand and put it towards the water and the salt, and use the bandhan, the spiral movement again, with our right hand towards the water. And inwardly, we can just ask that may this foot soak water become activated and effective for cleansing our subtle system. Mother Kundalini, please vibrate this foot soak water so that we can use it for cleansing our subtle system and going into a deep meditation. And then we can go ahead and put our feet into the foot soak. And let's just sit for a minute or 2 with our hands open on our laps. Take a moment to really settle down and relax ourselves. You can close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open and focus. If you like, you can focus on the red dot on Shrimataji's forehead. Is a very nice way that emits vibrations, and it's a very nice way to help you go into thoughtless awareness. I also recommend taking 2 or 3 nice deep breaths to help you relax your body. And also relax around the face, around your countenance, relaxing the eyebrows, relaxing the jaw, all the places where we tend to hold on to tension. And now we can go through a cleansing process that you were probably familiar with to cleanse and balance first the left side channel and then the right side channel. So to cleanse our left side, we keep our left hand open on our laps and put our right hand towards the Mother Earth. In the image on the screen, he happens to be sitting on the ground, which we probably are not doing because we're foot soaking. So in that case, we just point our right hand towards the earth. It has the same effect. And inside, we can ask the Mother Kundalini, please cleanse any obstructions, any impurities, or any negativities. Please may they be absorbed and removed from my subtle system, from my left side channel. And we can also address the Mother Earth itself and asking Mother Earth, please absorb, remove, and eliminate any blockages on this left side channel of our emotions, of our past, of our desire. Now we can bring our right hand back onto our lap. And we're going to cleanse the right side channel by taking our left hand and pointing our fingers towards the sky and our palm facing backwards. So we're creating sort of a chimney to draw off any heat or tension or negativities from our right side channel. And we can ask the Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my right side channel of any impurities, any negativities, any obstructions or blockages, particularly to do with our tendency towards overactivity, or stress, or tension, over responsibility, and any ego projections. So it's the air element that we're using to cleanse the right side channel. The right side, when it's overactive, tends to generate heat. So we want to release that heat into the air element and the ether element. Any of these affirmations that we say, for example, Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my right side. And everybody is on mute. You can also say them out loud. There's no reason not to say them out loud. If you prefer to saying them inwardly, I think sometimes it's helpful to use our voice in this way, to use our Vishuddhi power to speak our desire. And we can bring our left hand back down onto our lap. And now that we've put attention on the left side and also on the right side, we can bring our attention into the center, onto the central channel. And I like to do this by tracing the path of Kundalini with my right hand 3 or 4 or 5 times, bringing my attention into the center of my subtle system. So this is a simplified form movement of raising our Kundalini. And then we can put our hand, our right hand, onto our Sahasrara chakra, the center of our palm, onto the fontanelle bone area. And you can lift your fingers back a little bit and give your head a massage in a clockwise direction. And then lift your hand above your head and feel for the flow of energy in the form of a warm or a cool breeze above your head. The warm breeze means that your Kundalini is clearing out the obstacles, the obstructions. The cool breeze means that the Kundalini is not encountering any significant obstacles and is able to move freely through your system. Let's switch hands and put our left hand above our head. Sometimes we can feel it a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower, sometimes more towards the front or more towards the back. And then we can bring our hand back down and let's just sit silently in meditation and enjoy the state of thoughtless awareness. If any thoughts are still coming, you just witness them. No problem. You just watch them from a distance. finish our foot soak by rinsing our feet. You can slowly open your eyes. Finish our foot soak meditation by rinsing off our feet, and we'll take 2 or 3 minutes, about 3 minutes, to dispose of the water into the toilet and come on back, meditate a few minutes till we're all ready, at which time we will listen to a lecture of Shimataji's about the 6 enemies of the spirit. So let's take a moment to dispose of our foot soak water and meet back here in just a few minutes, just a couple minutes. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to now listen to the teachings of Shrimataji.
So Sahajogis can't afford to have these 6 enemies. First of all, the temper, which really doesn't behold compassion. Replace temper with compassion. Today is 60 birthdays, and we have to just fight only 6 enemies within ourselves. Second is, which most of you have done, is to retract your attention from perversion. Most of you have done it. Your eyes are better now, steady. But still, you are egoistic. Vanity. Still, people are jealous, competitive. You still have some lurking materialism. A new thing that is coming, you are getting attached to your families. So we have to change it now in a different use. Same thing can be used for doing God's work. They can be used as the 6 hands of surgeons. The first one is the anger. You have to be angry with yourself when you do wrong things. And not to feel guilty, but angry with yourself for doing wrong things. Guilty is the best way never to get rid of it. It's like a storehouse kept for personal archives, locked up. I have suffered a lot because of your guilty business, very much. And they come out one by one. So you have to be angry with yourself when you feel guilty. How can I feel guilty? Why did I do such a thing? I am not going to do it. So develop your anger against yourself and not against others. And anger could be reserved for the day of war. Otherwise, when the war will break out, all the Arjunas will drop their weapons, and it will be said that Arjuna was a great warrior till the war started. So we are not going to waste our energy in warring with things which are just like shadows. Not to fight the shadows. Sex, the perversion has to be diverted towards your family, your wife. And you have to respect your chastity now. The whole thing becomes nothing but chastity. Lead a chaste life. Not to be like a dog, but like to be like a human being. All that attention has to become chastity, which is your power, which is your protection, which is your connection with the divine. Not forced chastity, but a chastity of balance and understanding. With your family, with your wife, in a very chaste way, you can live. Same with women. It's more for women, I would say, that they should not join hands with other men who talk against your husbands or who teach you against your husbands. All such men should be thrown out of Sahaja Yoga who try to tell women against their husbands. This is a very sanctum sanctorium, place where you should not interfere against the husband. Nobody has right. If there is any problem, you should let me know. It's a sign of stupidity. Then the vanity must be made into pride. You should be proud that you are Sahajogis, really proud. Raise your heads with pride that we are Sahajogis. Pride is never oppressive. It's a glorious thing to be proud. But vanity is. Actually, pride is nothing but the expression of self-esteem. Begging, borrowing, mimicry, all these things come from the less understanding of yourself. So vanity should be the pride, and the pride should be the expression of self-esteem. Self-esteem is very different from ego. One is reality, another is complete artificiality. Men now should behave like men and not like women, docile, like cows, to be tied with a rope wherever women want them to. They have to leave the society. For the women's right in India, the women never fought, it's the men. They never fought. It's the men, because the men are also the fathers, the brothers, and they are concerned about the well-being of women. Women seldom fought there because they knew once they start politics of this fighting with men, there's no end to it. This is basically they knew they have to live with men, they can't fight them. But men themselves fought. Even in America, it was Abraham Lincoln who fought for the liberation of women, not women. So you have to be not egoistical, but proud. Proud that you are Sahajogis, proud that you are born on such a time when you have to carry on the duties of God's work. That God has chosen you, so that you should come up to that level. Like some people I find suddenly become morose, recluses in Sahaja Yoga. They will never be forgiven because God has given you so much. Supposing somebody gives you a diamond, you're proud. You put it on and show. But when you have been given your spirit, you should be proud and not to behave like recluses. Some people feel I should not do any job now. I'll not go out. I'll sit at home and meditate. There's no place for such people in Sahaja Yoga. I can't do this. The word can't go should go away from the dictionary of people who are supposed to be Sahajogis. They just can't say, I can't do it. So the self-esteem will give you that kind of a dynamism which is needed for Sahaja Yoga, a discrete dynamism, a wise dynamism. I won't have to solve your problems anymore. The quality of competition and jealousy should be brought down. There should be competition between yourself, what you wear and what you are. Who wins? Whether you are past or present. Your present should go faster and faster, leaving this past behind as much as you can. There should be no competition between Sahajogis. In acquisition, sometimes I have seen also competition in shouting, screaming, and being harsh to others. There's a big competition on. Let us have competition in compassion, in mildness, in sweetness, in beautiful behavior. Who is more cultured? Who is more gentlemanly? Who is deeper? Keep somebody an ideal before like that, whom you think is a very gentlemanly person, or a lady who is really like a lady. But on the contrary, if you have a lady who behaves like a man as your ideal, that is also not all right. Or a man who behaves like a woman, that's also not ideal. Or the other way around. A woman who tries to show that women are different from men and women must get this, that is in Sahaja Yoga there is nothing like women and men, that women must get this and man must get that because you are spirit. But the cover that you have, the body that you have, the light you have, the lamp that you have is a different thing. And to keep the light on, a woman has to be a woman and man has to be a man. As I yesterday told you, that an apple should not try to be a mango and mango should not try to be an apple. It looks nice to be the best apple and looks nice to be the best mango.
So now let's go into deep meditation and absorb the vibrations of Sri Mataji's teachings. And we'll also go through some affirmations that offer remedies for these 6 enemies of the spirit. So for the enemy of lust and desire, we can request that Sri Mother, please give us the pure desire to be one with the Spirit, to be one with the divine. That's the only desire we should have. Otherwise, please make us desireless. Mother Kundalini, please make us desireless. For the enemy of anger, we can ask that Mother, please make us compassionate towards others. Not angry towards others, but we can be a little angry with ourselves. As we try to transform ourselves. But towards others, may we have the compassion, the gentleness. And anger towards ourselves does not mean guilt. We are not guilty. Rather, we just try to better ourselves. For the enemy of greed and materialism, we can ask that Mother, please take us beyond matter and materialism. Please make us balanced and peaceful and satisfied. Let us see the beauty of the Spirit in everything. Let us take more to the natural world. For the enemy of attachment or illusion, we can say, Mother, please take us away from illusion and make us free from all attachments. Mother, please establish the spirit within me, and please may I keep my attention on the spirit. May I identify with the spirit, which is beyond all attachments. For the enemy of envy and jealousy, we can ask that, Mother, please take away all our jealousies and competitiveness. Make us part and parcel of the whole. Make us kind and sweet and loving towards others. Not jealous or envious. For the enemy of false pride and vanity, we can ask that, Mother, please make us free from all of petty pride. Please make us egoless. Please give us the pride in our self-realization and the self-esteem Now let's keep in meditation by bringing our attention to the top of our heads, beyond our thoughts, beyond the ego and the superego. Into the silence. Just watching and forgiving any thoughts that might be coming. Now we can finish our meditation. If your eyes are closed, you can slowly open them. And we can finish by raising our Kundalini the way we did at the start. And then putting the bandhan around ourselves, once back and forth for each chakra. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christine. It was beautiful.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here and for adding to the vibrations. Everybody who's attended today. Any questions or observations, please let us know. We're happy to hear from you. You can unmute or you can put something in the chat if you have any questions or comments.
just wanted to say thank you. I'm going to go now because my daughter and granddaughter are here. So I hope everybody has a blessed day.
Great. Thank you for letting us know, Jackie. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Jackie.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Christine. It was a very nice meditation.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for being here.
No, thank you very much. It was lovely.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vi. Thank you for your presence and for joining today. So nice. Everyone contributes to the vibration. So it's really important that you're here, and it's really fantastic. And it's wonderful for me and for Rahul as well, I can tell you.
Yes, thank you, Rahul, as well. Sorry, I didn't say thank you.